The press office for Gavin Christopher Columbus Newsom has been trolling the hell out of Donald Tiny Hands Trump. And this woman is one of the people behind those tweets. I saw this post on Threads. This person says, for the record, a young woman is breaking the right wing and her name is Camille Zapata. It was always going to be a woman. A right-wing content creator called In Wokeness made this post saying Governor Gavin Newsom's tweets are written by these two and shared a picture of the woman, Camille, and this man. I don't know this man's name, but I don't know if this person in Wokeness really thought that this was a snap on these two, but it's not. I am stoked that these two are running these tweets. Emily made the comment, In Wokeness tweets are written by this guy. So we're all just sharing pictures, pulling back the curtains, and seeing who's writing tweets. Now let's get to some trolling. Trey Gallagher was mentioned by the press office. They called him Bird Brain Gallagher. That was funny. So he took to Twitter. He says, while Newsom is crashing out on X about Trace Gallagher, the CSD is clapping back. Do you have a comeback this time, Gavin Newsom? So Fox Entertainment is playing right into the press office of Gavin Newsom. It is hilarious. They're like, he's being so childish in all this, but they're reading the tweets. They're helping him win. It is hilarious to watch.
Well, the Fox News at Night Common Sense Department is curious that Gavin Newsom decided to criticize Fox News at Night and yours truly on social media. Newsom was, of course, using his new Trumpian style, where he tries to mimic and mock Trump's tone and tenor, not to mention using all capital letters, posting, quote, bird brain Trey Gallagher. A so-called Fox News host that nobody has ever heard of says my posts are childish and unbecoming of a leader. So basically, Newsom thinks his mock style is clever. Common Sense thinks it would be more clever if he obsessed less on Trump and more on California. He is, after all, the governor, at least when he's not an influencer or a podcaster. And California isn't just in financial trouble. Its mystique is mysteriously missing. The mamas.
This is their response. It is a Simpson cartoon. It says, old man yells at the cloud. He has his fist up. He's angry. Ah! At 6:56 a.m., they put out a tweet that says, I hate Kid Rock with 3 exclamation points. GCN. Okay, y'all know that this is hysterical. I hate Kid Rock. And now this person at the bottom says, seemed like you love Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar. Me too. And then he asks Grok, who's a better and more successful critically acclaimed artist locally and internationally between Taylor Swift and Kid Rock and Kendrick Lamar versus Kid Rock in terms of hits, number ones, awards, and sold out shows? Just looking at Taylor Swift, she has 14 hits on the Hot 100. He has 0 major hits. She has 14 Grammys, 40 AMAs. He has none of that. She's out here selling out tours. $2 billion was made on the Eras tour. He's selling $20 tickets. And we know Kendrick Lamar was out here just making all kind of records. He was at the Super Bowl. He had Not Like Us. He has 22 Grammys. I don't know what Kid Rock has, but he does have an ear to Donald Trump, and that's about it. Now let's keep it moving with the trolling. And y'all know why he posted that I hate Kid Rock, because Donald J. Trump put this up. I hate Taylor Swift back in 2024. And then he made this post. Has anyone noticed that since I said I hate Taylor Swift, she's no longer hot? Now, I do have a feeling that that the press office for Gavin Newsom is going to make a tweet just like this, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. The tweet saying I hate Kid Rock was at 6:56 a.m. Soon after that, at 8:37, it says Dana Ding Dong Perino, never heard of her until today, is melting down because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. Fox hates that I'm America's most favorite governor, and in quotes and parentheses, ratings king, saving America, while Trump can't even conquer the big stairs on Air Force One anymore. Trump has lost his step, and Fox is losing it because when I type, America now wins. Thank you for your attention to this matter, GCN. Bryant takes exception to this. He says copying how someone else tweets is kind of pathetic. tell Gavin Newsom to develop his own style or have his aides do it for him. And this just reminds me that yes, Donald Trump was calling him new scum. He deserves all of this. He deserves it. And so do all of the people that laughed at all of these insults that Donald Trump levels on other people. The fact that all of these people are melting down over this and are so triggered is hilarious to me, because Donald Trump does exactly this. Quentin says, Trump trash triggered. And then Chris says, you have Newsom derangement syndrome. Republicans against Trump shared the video of Dana Perino. In this video, she says, Gavin Newsom, you have to stop with the Twitter thing. If I were his wife, I would say you are making a fool of yourself. He's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little more serious. The fact that they can say this on camera with no sense of irony at all, especially the way Trump has always been on social media, is hilarious to me, because he got the job and he's always been childish and he's president. Why are they taking such exception to Gavin Newsom and his press crew?
Or at the debate. The other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, and why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if you really, he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious."
And that's the reason why the Republicans against Trump says, does somebody want to remind her who the current president is? This was in the comment section. Toy Replica Jesus is looking over Gavin Newsom. Take a screenshot if you need it. There you go. When he was talking about how Donald Trump couldn't tackle the stairs, this was one of the comments. Bill says, many people say that stairs are a very tremendous accomplishment. I take stairs very seriously, as stairs can get you onto boats. Very unsafe. And if your boat sinks, you may get electrocuted by sharks. And shares a picture of an electric shark. These people are so unserious. Many people say, all of these people, everybody needs to start mocking Donald Trump and being this unserious to show how silly he looks. Because just as a reminder, he put out, I hate Taylor Swift as a presidential candidate. And I believe that Democrats need to start mocking the hell out of him and doing precisely the silliness that he does. I went over to his Live Social page, and he's talking about things like the Republican representatives that are up for re-election or whatnot. But then he also has this post. This is what people have been really talking about. After talking about the tariffs and the economy, they're talking about museums and woke. This says the museums throughout Washington, but all over the country, are essentially the last remaining segment of woke. The Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discusses how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future. We are not going to allow this to happen, and I have instructed my attorneys to go through the museums and start the exact same process that have been done with colleges and universities, where tremendous progress has been made. This country cannot be woke, because woke is broke. We have the hottest country in the world, and we want people to talk about it, including our museums. Now history is woke. They're about... If this is not fascism, this is fascism in action. They are trying to change history. He's talking about, people are talking about slavery was bad. He wants to rewrite history. This man is not well. At 4:28 this morning, he woke up thinking about windmills in New Jersey. His brain is not all there. In caps, stupid and ugly windmills are killing New Jersey. Energy prices are up 28% this year, and not enough electricity to take care of state. Stop the windmills. So the fact that some of these things are caps and some are lowercase tells us that he can take this on and off. He knows how to do this. He just chooses to make things like stop the windmills. He's doing that on purpose. This man is not well, but he's also crazy at the same time. These are some comments about the press office of Gavin Newsom. David says, whoever is advising Gavin Newsom to go lower and lower, keep going. We can go lower still. And I agree with that. That darn Zach says, someone join Newsom. He needs more fuel. Literally any blue state governor. Anyone, please. Remotely Aussie says, Fox News calling Gavin Newsom unpresidential for tweeting in all caps is chef's kiss levels of irony. This from people who cheered when Trump tweeted insults at hurricanes. Y'all needed to see this picture again of JD Dance and a mural that someone made of JD Vance. So take screenshots, please share this. Let's continue to push these videos out and mock Donald Trump and mock MAGA and mock all of the people that are clutching their pearls at Donald Trump being trolled. They are silly because he is always insulting everybody else. So let's continue to insult them. Join the conversation. Let's laugh at them, like, comment, and share.